How to maintain peace in the midst of a busy mother's life. Lynn is a mother of two living in a big city. She works full-time as an office worker and a housekeeper for the whole family. Lynn's days start at 5 a.m. and end after 11 p.m. In the middle of a long day filled with crying babies, work deadlines, family meals and piles of unwashed clothes, Lynn begins to feel like a machine, operating without stopping. She asks herself, am I living, or just existing? Lynn's biggest worry is not a lack of time but a lack of peace. Peace is a choice, not a reward. One morning, when Lynn had just put the younger child back to sleep, her older child woke up because she forgot to do her homework. While trying to prepare breakfast, the phone from the company rang again because of an urgent problem. Lynn's heart beat fast, her throat was dry. In that moment she realized something. Peace does not come from external circumstances. It comes from within. That is what philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said. You have the right to be calm no matter what happens around you. Your mind is the last stronghold. Lynn began her journey to find peace not by trying to control everything, but by controlling herself. 1. Understand what is within your control. Stoici taught a fundamental principle. There are two types of things in life, things you can control and things you cannot control. Lynn applies this whenever she feels lost. When her child is sick, the deadline is looming, she sits down and asks herself, in this situation, what can I do right now? She cannot change the fact that her child has a fever. She cannot make her boss less strict. But she can stay calm, take care of her child little by little, and handle the work to the best of her ability. When she focused only on what she could do, Lynn felt her mind was lighter. 2. Set limits and let go of perfectionism. In the past, Lynn always felt like she had to do everything. She cooked well, the house was always clean, the children studied well, and her work could not have any mistakes. But that exhausted her. One day she read a quote by the philosopher Epictetus. If you want to progress, be willing to be seen as a bad person in the eyes of others. Lynn decided to reset her limits. She didn't need her house to be as perfect as the pictures on the internet. She didn't need everything to go according to plan. She chose what was important and was willing to let other things be imperfect. What was the result? She found herself really breathing. 3. Find the present moment. Peace doesn't come from completing a checklist every day. It comes from the moment Lynn sits next to her child, listening to him talk about his day at school. From the time she took a 10-minute walk alone after work. From an evening when she turned off her phone early and read a page of her favorite book. Stoicism is not a dry philosophy, but a reminder to live fully in the present. Don't let the past weigh you down. Don't let the future haunt you. The present is all you have. Marcus Aurelius. Every day, Lynn practices looking out the window, feeling the light through the curtains, listening to her child's laughter, drinking a glass of water slowly. Those are the full breaths she used to miss. 4. Create silence in her mind. In the midst of a noisy day, Lynn learned to find the silence inside herself. She spends 10 to 15 minutes every morning sitting still, breathing and doing nothing. Some days when her child wakes up early, she sits with him, just listening to his breathing. These small moments of silence become a spiritual refuge. Philosopher Seneca once wrote, "A calm mind is the safest refuge in the storms of life." Lynn doesn't need a long vacation, just 15 minutes of mindfulness, enough to recharge for the whole day. 5. Know that you're doing good enough. Many mothers always feel guilty, for getting angry with their children, for missing parent-teacher conferences, for not having enough time for both family and work. But Lynn started telling herself, I'm doing my best and that's good enough. Stoics don't encourage weakness, but are very humane. They believe that strong people are those who forgive themselves, and from there move forward a little each day. Lynn no longer judges herself. She treats herself the way she teaches her daughter, gently but firmly. 6. Live as a role model, not for anyone else but for yourself. In the end, Lynn realized that she didn't need to compete with anyone. What she wanted to become was not a super mom, but someone who was peaceful, strong and lived deeply, so that her children could follow. She thought of Marcus Aurelius's teaching. Live each day as if you were born to be a better person. Lynn wasn't perfect, but each day she chose to live a little more consciously. And it was that choice, over and over again, that she built her life. The bottom line, peace is a skill that can be learned. The life of a modern mother can be chaotic. But peace is not a luxury. It is a skill and a choice that you can practice every day. By focusing on what you can control, setting clear boundaries, letting go of unnecessary expectations, appreciating the present, taking time to nurture your mind, reminding yourself, You are good enough. You will not only find peace for yourself but also spread that peace to your family. Peace is not about accomplishing everything. Peace is knowing that you are still you, in the midst of all your imperfections.